Chakademus and Flyers, Twist and Shout. And before that, we had some Janet Jackson, but you already knew that because I already told you that, didn't I? 8:44, BBC Radio London. This hour is whizzing by, and we've had already a couple of great guests, and we've got another fabulous guest with me now in the studio. Let me tell you more. Later this month, we'll see the return of the CCC Awards coming this year to the Leonardo Royal Hotel at Tower Bridge. It's hosted by the Community Corporate and Culture Group, and they were founded to bridge the gap between organisations and the communities that they aim to serve, with an awards event held annually to honour those whose service helped and others to prosper, build legacies and create a more equitable future. The founder of the group and the awards is Mahari Hay, and I'm delighted to say that Mahari joins me in the studio right now. Hello and welcome.
Wow. I wish I had you all the time to introduce me to everybody I meet. So, it's amazing to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's a real pleasure. And thank you for entertaining me just now, because I will just let everybody know that as soon as Mahari entered the building, I literally ran him round to meet the guys from Tripaz Theatre, because I just felt that there was a real synergy between that conversation and what you're doing as well.
Absolutely.
Which is showcasing fabulous individuals. And your next event is just a couple of weeks away. How are you feeling about that?
You know what? We're really, really excited because we blinked and it's 2 weeks away. From the last time it happened, the inaugural one happened on the 1st of March last year.
Yeah.
And you always think you have a lot of time. But then you blink and it's like, wow, it's actually 2 weeks away. But I'm very excited. I'm more excited because it's grown from 300 people to now 500 people. So
Wow.
that just means more people we can help connect the dots to introduce them to other people who could get them to the next level.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an evening of excellence.
Tell us about connecting the dots then, and what this awards ceremony does differently to others that have gone before.
Do you know what? I've been in a position where I know what it's like to go without help. And you often think, if I could get into a particular room, my idea would take off. But sometimes you have some people who act as gatekeepers, right? And you might be sitting on an idea or an initiative, and you just need somebody to help you connect the dots, to speak to the right person, or for it to fall on the ears of somebody who will actually listen to you. So the platform has been created to recognize those people who are just looking for sometimes that extra spark just to get them to the next level. And I think what we've created is bringing in a mass of talent and excellence.
Yeah.
A lot of award ceremonies, sometimes the difference is they focus in on one particular sector. So you might have a finance awards, or you might have a food awards, etc. What this does, we have categories like Inspirational Mother of the Year, Father of the Year. We have Corporate Impact Leader, Social Justice and Equality. We have Healthcare and Wellbeing. What we're trying to replicate is it takes a village of different skill sets for that village to prosper.
Yeah.
In my household, my missus is in dentistry for the last 20 years. I have a daughter who wants to be a teacher, another one who wants to be a lawyer. Why not create a platform that can bring all of these different skill sets together on one night? So on the night that you're recognizing a mum for just being a mum, being excellent and loving her children, is the same night you can recognize a CEO of a FTSE 100 company.
Yeah.
How often do you get to cross paths in those different fields? So on that night, we're there to connect the dots.
Yeah, you describing it in that way really moved me. I paused for a moment there because it was quite palpable, actually. It's very powerful,
Thank you.
what you've just said. And why shouldn't both rub shoulders, And as you said, it's a great opportunity for people to be in those environments who might otherwise not get that opportunity to do so.
Absolutely. Because sometimes I think people forget that they're superheroes. They're so busy with life and, with what's going on in the world. I think there's a moment for the Triple C to step in and just say, we see you.
Yeah.
There's so much things going on in the world. But on this night, we want you to be celebrated. We want you to come in and we want you to smile. We want you to laugh. And we just want to help you and just feel that you've been seen.
When did this go from a seedling of an idea to becoming the fully fledged event, which launched last year? So how long was it in the making?
So I attended in 2023 a lot of award recognition ceremonies. So the wife and I, big her up. She's listening now. Nikki, how you doing, babes? But anyway, when we sit down and you watch people go up to receive awards, when they get on stage, it turns into 2 or 3 minutes of them testifying about other people that have helped them to get on that journey. And I just sat there and I thought, and I turned to her and I said, what about the people that person's actually talking about? They either sat at the table clapping, or they're just in the backstage just kind of thinking, you know what, I'm so glad to be here to see them do that. And that idea then ran with, let's find something that we can give them their flowers. Not when they've passed away, not when they've retired, but imagine you thriving in a moment, someone saying, we see what you're doing, here's how we can add fuel to what you're doing and take you to the next level.
Yeah.
And it's taken 12, 18 months to really drive it. And I think being in the corporate space, which I've worked for the last 20 years, leveraging some of those relationships to say, I'm trying to do something special. You know, it's either you help me or at least help me to find somebody who can.
Yeah, okay, that's a beautiful thing. And let's talk about that then. So your background is finance, so it is very different, but there are lots of transferable skills that you have found. So can you just give us a little bit more insight as to how you have used those skills from finance into creating this very creative platform?
Yeah, absolutely. So naturally, I would say I'm a creative and a communicator. So I studied graphic design at university because I used to like taking complex problems and then simplifying them through storytelling. And I think within finance, the reason why I got into finance was a mother who saw something in me. But when she went in her early stages of transitioning from Jamaica to the UK, I'll never forget, she took us down to a high street branch to try and open a bank account. Because she couldn't articulate herself in a financial way, she got easily dismissed. And me as a young boy watching my mother get turned away, I said, if I ever get into finance, that will never happen again, not to anybody in my community or my family, because I'm going to learn how to speak the language of high street banks and then upskill other people to do that.
Yeah.
And I think being able to communicate well has really helped me to transition this idea into something of a platform that is currently thriving, because negotiation skills, communication skills, being able to showcase a vision from paper to mind to actual action. Those are all things that I've learned in finance over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And I think being able to do that and meeting people, not just to get them on board on your vision, but to believe in your vision to help you take it to the next level. And I think the tough negotiating skills of working in finance has allowed me to do that.
Yeah, wow. Is your mum around?
No, God rest her soul.
Yeah.
She passed away 14 years ago.
Right. I'm sorry.
We love her, we celebrate her, and we always think about her.
But she would be so proud of this and what you're doing, because, you know, mentioning her then, it makes me feel that, you know, in some ways a driving force. And you mentioned at the beginning, you know, it might be the mum who doesn't get the recognition. In this instance, she's getting the recognition. So there's something very beautiful about you mentioning her then.
Thank you so much, because I think the category of the mother and father definitely stems from the impact my mother had on me.
Yeah.
And I always used to think, everybody says they've got the best mum in the world. So let's create a platform and celebrate mums.
Yeah.
Why not? You know, and I'm not saying because somebody wins on the night. The real purpose was about gathering so many stories of people speaking about their mothers.
Yeah.
And through that, yes, we might select a winner on the night, but now I have a pool of inspirational mothers that I can read through with my team and saying, you know what, we're going to do something for that one. We're going to do something for her. And then we'll go out and whatever we can in their communities, you know, you never know from the stories that you receive.
Wow. Powerful stuff indeed. Very powerful stuff indeed. Let me just ask you about something. There's been lots of conversations in the last couple of weeks about safe spaces for celebration. And that's in the wake of BAFTA and what occurred there. And I wonder what your thoughts are about creating a safe, inclusive space for people to be celebrated.
Yeah. So one of the key pillars within the Triple C is community. And it's not just a particular community, it's communities all across the country or whatever you stand for. I think what we represent is when you step into our space, there's an immediate sense of family.
Yeah.
And I will explain what that meant. In our first inaugural year, if you can think of what a dinner represents, it's either people are serving you or you say, we're going to do a different style this year. And what I did, I said, well, I want people to sit down and we're going to put a buffet on the table. So if you're sitting with somebody you don't know and you ask them, yeah, can you pass the chicken for me? It's like a family meal.
Yeah.
So immediately from the onset in my mind, I thought I wanted to create a space where even if I didn't know the person sitting opposite me, I would have to engage with them in conversation because I've been dying for that rice and peas across the table. And I think being in a space like that, where you've created to say, I don't know these people on the table, but I left feeling like I now have an extended member of my family there. And that's what we want to create, a space where people step into, not just because it's somewhere you just, it's an award ceremony to act a certain way. I'm going there to build an extension of my family. And through the storytelling that we've done, and I would encourage people to watch our stories on our Instagram page. It's always ever been the story behind the story, not the awards. It's the people and what their story represents. And that's what we've tried to bring to life. So immediately when they arrive, they feel safe.
Yeah. And so talk about that first event then, because obviously you've got the next one coming up in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
But what was the response to that, and the response to the difference of the event that you had created, which you've just described?
Yeah, so the difference was immediately what we wanted to do was don't just give out a trophy to say thank you for winning the prize. On the night when we chose our winner and the winner was announced, we found out about the person. And then we utilized the sponsorships that we had to go back into their communities to find out what they were working on to give something back. So
beautiful.
it wasn't just here's a trophy, dust it off, put it on your shelf. It's, we've heard that you're working on this. So let me partner up with someone in a particular bank that can help your business grow to the next level. And we pray about business mentoring. One of our community impact leader winners, Winston Good, who's been working in the...
Winston.
You know Winston?
Yeah.
Winston won a trip to Jamaica.
What?
Yeah, that's what we were doing, right? One of our international sponsors provided a trip to Jamaica just to say thank you.
My gosh.
And imagine which award ceremony is doing that? Because I wanted people to feel celebrated. And that's where we are this year. And I think the growth, we have a huge headline sponsor, HSBC, who have kind of said, we saw what you did last year. We just don't want to come in on the periphery. We want to be your headline sponsor. So they've joined forces and now they are a headline sponsor. And you think, this is just year 2.
Yeah.
And to have somebody like that backing you is something that we are really proud of. And we're just going to go from strength to strength.
Most definitely. And how do you get the nominees? Are they nominated by members of the public? How does that work?
Yeah, so it's a very public and transparent process. So when we launched it, we opened our nomination process on the 1st of August every year, and they can nominate somebody via our website. So you go onto the website, you search the category, and it's a simple form that you would fill out, not a very extensive one. And it's just literally name, why they should be nominated. And then they click submit with some details of how we can contact them if we need further information.
Yeah.
And then we have an independent judging panel of 10 excellent judges cross-sector. And we had a dedicated judging day up at the Financial Times, who's another one of our amazing sponsors.
Yeah.
And they go through, I think this year we had just over 400 nominees across 16 categories.
Gosh.
So they had the tough job of selecting the finalists that you see, but it was brilliant.
And just finally, because time is thundering away, give us your aspirations. You've grown from 300 to 500 in a year, which is fabulous. What are your aspirations for the CCC Awards?
So I look at the work of Kanya King has grown something that was for the people. And you can see what the Mobos represent today.
Yeah.
I look at the work of the Pride of Britain Awards and I see what that represents. Our aspirations is about keeping the authenticity behind the people and making sure we don't only scale, but we scale in our stories and the power to help people. So this is year 2. The Mobos is going on to year 30. That's what we want to do. We want to be there in 30 years' time, thinking of who we helped and who we celebrated and who we brought to life.
Yeah. Such empowering stuff, and it's really wonderful to hear you talking all about it. Let me tell people where can they still get tickets?
Where tickets them sold out. Right?
I was about to say you can get tickets here, and I was thinking, well, can you? Oh well. I'll still tell people that
Please
the
do.
awards will be held, the CCC Awards will be held on March 21st from 5 p.m. Perhaps not for tickets, but for more information, you can go to thecccawards.com. And for more on Mahari, you can go to maharihay.com. And you can find out more about Mahari, about the brilliant work that he's doing as well, and also from August, if you would like to nominate someone, you'll be able to go on the cccawards.com website.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming through. What are the socials as well?
Yeah, so it's just as the website. So for Instagram, it's at the CCC Awards, and then on YouTube, it's the CCC Group TV.
Okay, brilliant stuff, Mahari. Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to have you.
It's been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we're fast approaching the news at 9 o'clock. When we come back, I'll be giving you clue number 3 for tonight's Who Am I? And of course, I will have my final guest on the show as well. But don't forget, if you would like to find out more about the CCC Awards, then cccawards.com is the place to go. We're fast approaching 9 o'clock. I'll see you on the other side of this.
On the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker,
Play BBC Radio London.
and on your radio.